It is day 7 of a grid collapse. Municipal water pumps failed 4 days ago. The pipes are bone dry. The agonizing panic of severe dehydration is setting in. Your throat feels like sandpaper, your head is pounding, and your cognitive functions are slipping. And then you hear it. A rolling thunderstorm. Rain hammers against your roof. Your normalcy bias and amateur survival instincts kick into overdrive. You grab every plastic bucket you can find, sprint outside, and shove them under the roaring downspouts of your home's gutter system. You watch the water pour in, thinking you have secured your family's survival. You just made a fatal tactical error. You have not secured a life-saving hydration source. You have manufactured a lethal chemical cocktail, and you are about to systematically poison your entire family. The rainwater gutter bug-in fantasy is one of the deadliest myths in the amateur prepper community. People look at rain and assume it is pure, distilled water. The rain itself might be clean in the atmosphere, but the second it makes physical contact with the roof of a modern suburban home, it ceases to be water. It becomes toxic industrial runoff. To understand why this is a death trap, you must understand modern residential architecture. You are not gathering water off a pristine tin roof. You are gathering water off mass-produced asphalt shingles. These are manufactured from a highly toxic blend of woven fiberglass, crude petroleum byproducts, industrial tar, and harsh adhesives. To prevent moss, manufacturers coat these shingles in toxic algacides, microscopic copper dust, and heavy zinc granules. To meet building codes, they are heavily saturated in synthetic fire retardants. Combine that industrial chemical nightmare with years of biological waste. Your roof is a massive, open-air collection tray for decades of baked-on bird feces, squirrel droppings, rotting leaves, and dead insects. When the acidic rain hits that roof, it acts as a powerful solvent. It violently washes the petroleum, heavy metals, synthetic algacides, and concentrated fecal bacteria straight down the pitch of the roof, funneling it directly into your narrow gutters. What exactly is sitting inside your gutters? A thick, rotting sludge of decomposing biological matter fermenting in the summer sun. The dark liquid you are catching is not rain. It is a lethal slurry of heavy metals, petrochemicals, and biological hazards. But the amateur prepper thinks they are smart. They know you shouldn't drink dirty water. So, they bring the bucket inside. They stretch a cotton t-shirt over a cooking pot to strain out the leaves, and place the pot on their camping stove. They bring the toxic water to a rolling boil for 10 straight minutes. They turn off the stove, let it cool, and hand a glass to their child, fully believing they have purified it. This is the ultimate misunderstanding of water purification, and the exact moment the trap officially snaps shut. You must understand the scientific difference between biological and chemical threats. Boiling water is highly effective at killing biology. It will successfully kill Giardia, E. coli, and parasites. But boiling does absolutely nothing to remove chemistry. You cannot boil out crude petroleum, arsenic, zinc, copper, or synthetic fire retardants. By boiling this gutter water, you are actively making it exponentially deadlier. When you boil water, pure H2O converts into steam and escapes safely into the air. As the pure water evaporates, the heavy metals and toxic chemicals do not. They remain permanently trapped in the pot. By boiling the water, you are condensing the petroleum and heavy metals into a dense, highly lethal chemical dose. You didn't purify the water, you built a chemical weapon in your kitchen. When you consume this concentrated toxic runoff, the physiological breakdown is rapid, violent, and terrifying. Within hours, the heavy metals and chemical toxins will trigger a catastrophic rejection from your gastrointestinal tract. You will experience explosive, uncontrollable chemical dysentery and violent vomiting. In everyday life, severe diarrhea is a miserable week in bed. In a grid-down survival scenario, it is a guaranteed death sentence. When your body violently purges the toxins, it flushes massive amounts of necessary intracellular fluid. Because you have no clean water to replace the fluid and no hospital to administer intravenous saline, your body enters an irreversible dehydration death spiral. Your kidneys will shut down from the toxicity. Your blood volume will drop, leading to hypovolemic shock. You drank the water to save yourself, but the toxicity accelerated your dehydration tenfold. You will die in absolute agony within 48 hours. You must abandon the roof gutter myth. Do not rely on the toxic architecture of your house to catch your water. You must master tactical off-grid catchment and true biochemical filtration. To catch rainwater safely, establish a clean, dedicated catchment system that never touches existing infrastructure. Use heavy-duty, food-grade polyethylene tarps. Suspend them cleanly off the ground using paracord tied tightly between trees, angling the tarp to funnel the pristine rainwater directly into sterilized, food-grade buckets. The water never touches asphalt or rotting gutters. If you are ever forced to use questionable runoff water, boiling is never enough. You must run the water through a multi-stage, activated carbon filtration system. Only true activated carbon or bone char can bind to and strip heavy metals and chemical toxins from the water on a molecular level. Through adsorption, the microscopic pores trap the deadly chemical isotopes before they reach your glass. Filter the chemistry out first, then boil the biology out second. Never mix up the order of operations. A grid collapse is a brutal test of true preparedness versus amateur assumptions. Your environment is actively trying to kill you, and the things you think will save you are often the most dangerous traps of all. Stop relying on toxic suburban infrastructure. Master your off-grid water supply. Don't be a target,